And Captain Master, guys, we are finally back again for another reaction on the one and only Mystelics reaction channel, guys. If you have not done so, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos. Click subscribe, click the bell, and then click all. Because the reason why I'm saying this, guys, is because even some Mystelics family say Mystelics, but we don't see them videos. That is because you don't put on the bell and then click all, brothers and sisters. I've been saying this from time to time, so I have to say it with this very first introduction right there. Click the bell after you subscribe, guys, and then click all. Not just click the bell, but click all and you'll be notified when I drop my videos right there. And then do this on all the channels that you know I have. Mystelics Reacts, this one, Mystelics Vlogs, BrBpTV, Ariel Dominica, and I think there's another, no, you guys, that's the US one. So definitely do this right there, guys. I would appreciate that. And with that said, guys, big up to the Mystelics YouTube family, Mystelics YouTube family for definitely jumping by and saying what's up, Mystelics. And of course, the newcomers are the big up on yourself as well for definitely jumping by and saying what's up as well, guys. I would appreciate the thumbs up, guys. Don't forget the thumbs up button. That'll help the algorithm to push these videos further and further. Now, in this reaction, guys, we're gonna be going out of Dominica. And of course, you know, guys, I tend to give my views on a number of things for which this was also being sent to me. Big up the Antigan Massive who have been sending me the information relating to that of Gaston Brown. It seems like Gaston Brown has a pride issue. And it seems like right now it's backfiring on him, considering he's very scared right now. Very, very scared as a result that there might be somebody jumping the board. Or jumping, you know, like how, what's her name again? The lady that was embarrassed as ambassador, the lion, the Lauren lady. Yes, well, apparently Gaston is scared that, you know, since the elections were so close, he only has a majority of 1 seat. And if that person were to just decide, you know what, I fed up with you, Gaston, you're too rude. Hey, you're too rude, you're out of place. The person will check, well, let me just jump the floor. And well, Gaston is kind of worried about that because he only has 1 majority seat. But of course, with the whole election vibrations, this was before elections, I believe it is. And this is what Gaston had to say right there on one of the individuals.
I'm not a betting man.
He says he's not a betting man.
I'll wager anybody.
But he'll wager anybody.
That Rodden Turner will win his seat.
That Rodden Turner will win his seat. And I'm guessing that as a result of people sending this for me, you guys from Antigua, you can let me know. I'm guessing that Rodden Turner did not win his seat. He did not win his seat because Gaston lost a lot of seats. I mean, back in the day, the last election, he won 15 out of the 17 seats. And of course, 2 of them went to the independent individuals from my understanding. No, not independent. There was the Antigua Barbuda political party, and there's the Antigua Barbuda Labour Party, you know, but the Barbuda people rejected them. Say, no, we have our people, don't come so. Even though you come in and want to talk and you make your presence known, people found it strange that you were in Barbuda. That's something else, eh? But I'm guessing from this clip that, you know, that his betting wager, he would have lost the wager. You guys can let me know if I'm right on track for that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there's a following clip of this after that. There was some cuss word inside there, brothers and sisters. But there's some information that was sent to me today on this. I'm gonna read some of it for you guys. You guys can actually stop the video and read the rest. Let me just scroll it down. So if you guys want to stop and read the whole thing, then hey, be my guest. All right, but of course, breaking news on the brothers and sisters. Unconfirmed reports. Well, it's not as breaking news if it's unconfirmed. It should be confirmed. But of course, unconfirmed reports reaching us is that the Prime Minister Gaston Brown is under severe stress from his party's elected members in the parliament. And of course, they had the parliament the other day, guys. I'll show you guys something in a moment that I also saw, which was rather interesting, considering Dominica and Antigua. Anyways, the position of Deputy Speaker remains an extremely vexing issue. Seasoned parliamentarian Sir Robin, this person, has taken the decision to make his Deputy Speaker as a snub and utter disrespect for his service to the party for more than 4.5 decades. My goodness, 45 years, man. That's a lot of time right there. This has, of course, caused enormous unease, unrest within the ALP, Antigua Labour Party. I guess it's not Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party, but anyways, ALP, because I guess Barbuda didn't vote for them, so it's ALP. The Antigua Labour Party's camp. Now, the Brown fella is reconsidering, as Sir Robin, it is said, has absolutely refused to accept the position of Deputy Speaker. No, you're not giving me that. You're too rude and out of place. The belittling of Sir Robin's seniority and service to ALP by Gaston, of course, has now left the party and leader in a pickle because he himself might decide, let me jump the floor. It gets worse, brothers and sisters. Gaston is watching Chet Green, whoever that person there is, with a very wary eye. His eyes is drooping. Green, of course, pressed the Prime Minister to put the National Parks Authority under his ministry. Put it under my ministry, especially since its headquarters is in the constituency of St. Paul that he, Green, represents. I mean, it would make sense, no? It would make sense, but Gaston probably checking. Boy, don't tell me what to do, but I'll do what I want as Prime Minister. But of course, that's some uneasy vibes taking place. Although this body was initially placed under another colleague's ministry, which I don't think would make sense. But then maybe, you know, the tradings and whatnot. So we put it under the trade ministry, put it under tourism ministry, put it under agriculture ministry. Maybe that is what they did. But there was apparently some sort of pressure to comply with Green's wishes. Anything less would mean that the Humpty Dumpty of a PM would have a great fall and break all his belly parts into many pieces. But of course, Brown, what is Brown saying? What's Brown's Irie with Green deep? What? But Brown's Irie with Green is deeper. I don't know what that means, but okay. When last has Green appeared on Point FM, Brown source, I guess that is Brown's radio station. Brown source remains livid that Green had the audacity to even open up his own radio station. So the PM alone that's supposed to have radio station, huh? He alone that's supposed to come and tell people what they want, and then nobody else should have the nobody can come on my platform. Kind of reminds you of Dominica, doesn't it? Kind of reminds you of Dominica, where Brown is trying to keep all the pressure, or the scared fella is trying to keep all the information on the main radio station, quote unquote. I don't think people listen to. Anyways, when I tune into radio, I don't listen. If I hear some song playing on DBS, then fine. But I normally it's Kyrie and Voice of Life and these kind of things that I tend to listen to. Q95, you see me? You understand me, brothers and sisters? But hey, maybe it's me that out of work. But I realize Gaston Brown is probably trying to do the same thing there. He's trying to hold the radio stations for him to put what he wants to put, and then nobody else can do what they want to put. And if you have to come through him. So maybe this person is checking, well, I will set up my own thing. So anyways, you guys can read the rest of this. You get the point right there. Gaston is in serious trouble. Anyways, there was another thing going out there I must point out. There's a video before I point out to something else right there. Take a listen to this.
And any man or woman that believes he...
So Gaston was talking about crossing the floor. They asked him the question about crossing the floor. If he feels like, you know, if somebody crosses the floor, what will happen? So this is what Gaston had to say in this regard.
He or she is so brazen. And any man or woman that believes he or she is so brazen.
He or she. There's only one she in your house, you know, sir. One she. And we'll talk about that in a moment.
You know, their career done. Because the option would have been to go to elections. I'll have probably about 90 days.
But if one person crossed the floor, then you're going to make the whole thing go to elections, which most likely means you're going to end up losing again, Gaston, because people are going to see it is only for your benefit, not for the people's benefit. If somebody decide to cross the floor, this has happened in Dominica. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right in Antigua either. But if somebody decides to cross the floor because you fall in you forming the ultimate you forming the ultimate royal donkey with them, bro, I'm Gaston. Then obviously people want to cross the floor because you yourself trying to do what you want, not what is best for the people. Because you are in charge, you feel like you're in charge, just like the Prime Minister in Dominica. I feel like I'm in charge. Is what I say go. Is who I put to represent you should vote for, not who you want to put for. Nonsense. What that happening there? Anyways, let's go.
Do what I have to do within the 90 days. Go to elections, but that person who would have cooked us obviously would not be in our slate. And I'm sure the people wouldn't have any use to them either because they don't have the team already. So that person can get totally displaced. Now, go to elections. And
well, you can call elections again, eh? Because if somebody drum the thing, is not you that in power again, eh? You have to think, and most likely elections will have to call, or whoever took the majority has to then maintain it. Because if somebody from your team jumps to the other side, then they become part of that slate of individuals, and then you become the opposition. Hey, that is something else, we.
And there's opportunity to pick some new people too, because we have probably about what, maybe 6, 7 new candidates that we can pick.
So why didn't you pick them in the last election, huh? Because didn't so you mean to tell me you feel like there are other people who are better than the present people that you have, but you didn't pick them? You didn't pick these individuals? So you feel no, oh, okay, these guys didn't work. We put you on the back burner. Come, we love you, come. That reminds you of the girl in Salisbury. They pretend to love her and she doesn't see that they don't really love her. Look now what ministry she has. People who have they say is reset, they're resetting. They put back the old people in order in ministries. They put back the old people back in ministries. And they kick her out. She talking about, you know, I'll try my best for my people. What you going to do? What they don't even put you in no type of ministry. It's the same thing that they. Anyways, let's continue.
Bring in some new talent, people who are connected, people who are competent, people who have good character.
So why didn't you use them in the first place? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Put them on the slate, go to the polls, and it's one of 2 outcomes. Either get a bigger mandate.
You can't get a bigger mandate. The people want you gone. It's very clear from last elections. And you brought in people too? You brought in people like Skero did?
Or the UPP wins. And in that case, that person who tried to mess up our government, maybe to become prime minister, will end up with no seat. It's
a possibility because maybe the people voted for the DLP, for the ALP team. They voted for the Labour team in Antigua. So they saw the representative for the Labour team and they voted for that person. Maybe what you're saying is true. Or they could realize, hey, you know, majority, let us switch over. Let us switch over. Who knows?
So the point I'm making here is a zero-sum game for anybody who wants to try that.
But that is if nobody doesn't switch to the other team to then make the opposition the leader of the country. That'll be a very interesting one. Gaston, you will play a role as opposition. You will have to take blows. You'll have to take that. I hope that happens there because yeah, Gaston is too long, man. He needs to go. He has done so much crazy. Don't get me wrong, you know, Antigua is not as bad as Dominica. But at the same time, Antigua can be much better than it is, especially with all the corruption that is going on there. And it looks like the bigger countries are looking at the little countries to see what the little countries are doing as a result of corruption, and they try to implement it in overseas, especially United States. This is what, if you're paying attention, guys, you have to pay attention to the world, you know, to see how the world works. When you pay attention to how the world works, it'll blow your mind. It'll make you say, but what's going on there, boy? Really and truly, boy, look at this happening down there. Look, they're trying to do it up there. Is there some connection happening? What exactly is going on with the world? It seems like the leaders are trying their best to become the masters of the people and not remain the servants of the people. Look at what is happening in Dominica. Who is really the servant and the master? It's like the servant who is put in position to do things for the people. They are telling the people to be their servants.
But Brown suggested he is already thinking about contingencies if he's faced with a defection.
But what contingency you can have? It'll most likely switch to the other team if somebody jump over. You will no longer be prime minister because you don't own the majority of the seats. And be that the case, then what's going to happen? We are left to know. But you're talking about contingency like his Antigua is your own. Antigua not your own?
Including attracting an opposition MP.
Of course.
Colleagues sit across the floor. Well, there's no crossing of any floor. The only thing the person could possibly do is resign and become an independent and then work with our opponents. But I would have made it clear to them. I wasn't a threat. Just remind them about...
That's when you play like as if people can't do your thing. People can do your things. They can do it. They can do it. And if I was one of these people that I jump in the floor, you know, especially understanding on their rulership, it doesn't make sense. It's not that you have done too crazy. You haven't done as terrible as scary, no doubt about it. But you still owe those Liat people money. You still owe a set of people, and you try to prevent the Liat people, these employees that were laid off from Liat. You try to prevent them from getting the money. You try to prevent it from going in court. You try to do all these things, and people still, no wonder the things start shifting. But didn't shift fully enough.
You know, my own thinking and what I'm likely to do if I was faced with that type of situation, then that individual would have risked becoming an independent candidate to support our opponents to form the
But if they decide to do that, what you can do? Huh? What you can do? Beat them? What you can do?
government. Will obviously be destroying his or her career.
Oh, but they'll be working with the other team, which will offset you as the no minority. What if it's more than one person that decide to go? Hey.
Because if I'm faced with that type of situation, one, I would have the option of saying, calling somebody like maybe Anthony Smith, for example. And I've always said that Anthony Smith is a young man that has good promise.
Yes.
I did say that he wanted to join us, and he made a big brouhaha about it, but it was true. And I don't know if now that he's in the parliament that he may want to pursue his ambition, but...
Well, you pursuing yours, why shouldn't they pursue theirs? Because it's clear that you don't care about the people. The same thing I'm seeing in Dominica. I'm talking about the very thing in Dominica, guys. I must make mentions of the ministries. So we have this ministry right there. You guys can stop this video and look at it for yourself. This person, the Honorable Daryl Sylvester Matthew, is the Ministry of Education, blah, blah, blah. You can see it for yourself. Then we have this person right there, Melford, Minister of Information, blah, blah. That's what Melissa should be. That's what Melissa should be, guys. Because she says she had a degree in information technology. Honorable Henry, this person right there, Minister of Tourism. No idea who this guy is, but okay. Sir Mulwin, that person in Ministry of Health, Wellness, and what have you. You guys can stop and think. Honorable Everly, whoever this person is, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And then you have this person right there, Honorable Stedroy, QT. Your mother name you, not your mother name you. Your mother, why are you looking cute? He's a QT. Okay, daddy name you Stedroy to try to help your name. Your mother say QT. Boy, that is something else, we? Yes, sir. Anyways, Ministry of what? Yes, guys. Anyways, I was just interrupted right there. But of course, Stedroy, this person is the Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs. But this is where it gets interesting for me, guys. Notice in Dominica, what is Melissa's position? She's the wife of the Prime Minister's carrot, right? She's the wife of the Prime Minister's carrot. And I noticed something very similar. Somebody pointed this out to me as well. Stating this position, this is Gaston Brown. Maria Vanessa Brown. This is Gaston Brown's wife. And she has the same ministry as Melissa. Coincidence? I don't think so. Minister of Housing, Works and Land. That's the same ministry that Melissa has. And this shows what she should be doing. But we cannot put Melissa as Minister of Housing because look at what Melissa do Bayfront. Make Bayfront into a ghetto. Guys, if only you remember how Bayfront was before, boy. If only you remember how Bayfront was before Gaza. That is something else, we. That is truly sad, what has happened to Bayfront, man. Anyways, this is Gaston and his ministry. Right there. Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, Security Commissioner of Minister of Finance. But I don't see no investment minister there now, but apparently Security must have a new ministry for himself. Right there. Anyways, guys, there's something I want to point out right there. There's a number of things going around social media. And of course, this person is saying, Gaston Brown, the little money I'm working for can feed me and take care of my obligations and pay my bills. Plus, I need money to fight the corruption in your police force and judiciary. Wicked. You gave a 65-year-old retirement age man several big jobs. He's supposed to be retired, but they keep him there because that is their people, Same thing the Prime Minister has done in Dominica. People who have retired are not coming back into the force because they are the supporters of the Prime Minister. The younger ones, I'm guessing, realize, hey, I'm not going nowhere in life. I cannot support the PM like I would want to in this regard. I know he probably give me a little job or something, but Magwesa, I can't do it. So that's probably why the Prime Minister bringing back his old recruits. Same thing, look at it. You gave a 65-year-old man retirement, 65-year-old retirement age man, several, not one, several big jobs, plural, including manager of your radio station. Maybe that's what I was talking about a while ago. It's his radio station. I believe nobody else should have another radio station. That is something else. Aren't you guys your owner? Several board appointments, a Senate gig, and untold other benefits. Plus, you gave the old geezer, oh, sorry, I learned that from a Switzerland friend of mine. I don't know if that is the right word. But what? Plus, you gave the old fat a free university education. By 65 years old, what do you do in education again? You're trying to get a job, man. Anyways, I'm ready for my box. I'm ready for my box hand. Whatever that is. I guess that's some anti-gun vibes. And this is also another one right there. I guess it's from the same person. Maybe it's because Gaston Brown is only looking out for the bankrupt UPP traitors and his inner circle. Well, he's looking for his people, those who were traitors to the UPP party. I'm so glad that Neil sent me to school that no politician can spit in the air and tell me it's raining. That's a lot of what is happening in Dominica. They spit in the air and tell you, oh, what your mother can't do for you, we can do for you. I mean, Ted Calbas taking away your own freedom and you don't even know that. Ted Calbas, you are fully done. According to one of my friends telling somebody, you are fully done, sir. Anyways, or people. Anyways, what happened? Big money don't suit me too. With all the clowns he dishing it out too. Same thing happening in Dominica. If you claim that you love the Honorable Gaston Brown, why are you not defending him? Well, if you're doing dirtiness, what you defending him and not doing corruption? What that making sense? Huh? Especially this state of what is going on in Antigua. It's not be that say that, you know, guys. A number of persons have been saying this. Anyways, I thought the very best friend who was hugging Gaston Brown the other day. Oh, Gaston, you're so nice. And now Gaston say, I'll punch you in your... if you come in my space. And well, I thought we need to see it coming. I thought we need to see it. You don't try to befriend him again, no, Gaston. You don't try to befriend Assault Michael again, no. He wants for you to bring him over. He independent. Bring him over there. You fearful of somebody going across. Bring Assault over now. So if somebody go across, you will still be. Anyways, Assault is saying, it is being said that Sir Robin rejected the deputy. I just read this thing right there and in the breaking news. So, based off what he's saying, it's all unconfirmed there. He rejected the deputy speaker's position. So, in the world boss is now stressed. So, let me read that again. So, the world boss is now stressed with nobody to give it to. They are saying that maybe it is only his wife who will obey him and accept him. So, apparently the others are not for his shenanigans again. You are no longer in the majority as you would think that you would be to then control the masses. Somebody can just defect and decide they're going on the other team. Or like you said, you go and play independent and you lose it and then they work with the other team. So that is another interesting one right there. They are saying that maybe it is only his wife who will apparently obey him and accept him. His wife, well, his wife is this bird people from my understanding. But then let me leave that alone. What happens in TNT stays there. The nation is waiting. If it is unsettled for 90 days and parliament cannot be convened, a fresh election must be held. A fresh election must be held after 90 days. Interesting. So who's going to be the speaker? Is that it now? Yeah, the deputy speaker. Who's going to be the speaker? They have the deputy speaker. Who's going to be the speaker? Anyways, let's continue. We are not sure that his wife can be deputy speaker either, along with the portfolios that would be holding two distinct offices in parliament. So that is a conflict of interest right there when it comes down to the situation with Gaston Brown, and the people does not, and the ministers are not just accepting anything anymore. They have been fed up with your foolishness, Gaston. I mean, sometimes that's why it's always good to play fair and do right by people. Look, Assad went and you lose a seat, and Assad was with all you, from my understanding. He was with all you, and Assad fed up. Assad even going back and cursing them bank tellers and tell him, yo, give me my money now. I want my money now. And he bring his squad in the bank. Only thing he played with us. Only thing is only just do it. Just like Prime Minister, they scary them thing, they could have just do Salisbury people thing. Hey, Salisbury people are hard-working people. So all you do know that they were hard-working people before? Huh? You come in now during campaign and tell them they're hard-working people after you gas them down, after you send all kind of ammunition behind them, bring people from overseas to come and disturb man in the early hours of the morning while they're sleeping. But you something else, boy. Well, they say birds of a feather flock together here. And look at that. Skerritt and Gaston is two good friends. It's the same thing around that time, I believe, when Skerritt was talking about the NEP program, which, of course, the NEP program is a shamble right now. We don't know what's happening. But anyways, the NEP program, one where they was talking about it in Dominica, and then I believe they implemented something like that in Antigua as well. So they have been talking and vice versa and trying to understand what they can keep the people down in a level. keep them in jobs that are not providing living wages for them to be able to elevate themselves. And as a result of that, boom, everybody just, you know, surviving, breadcrumbs. People just getting the breadcrumbs. And they do it for elections for them to get a little bonus. It's election time, they just get bonus. You know, you just get a little bonus at the end of the year. If your employers love you so much, well, apparently, Dominica get bonus last year, no? Okay. Hopefully all your money adapting to inflation. I hope so. Anyways, guys, before I start right there, this is the only video I'm dropping for today, guys. I was gonna drop another one, but I have to go and do some stuff. So before I start right there, give this video a thumbs up if you understand it. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, guys, on the whole situation involving Antigua right there. And how does it compare to your island? Not just Dominica, I'm comparing it to Dominica as well. But how does it compare to your island as well? For those of you who are newcomers out there who are checking what's up with Mystelics and what I has to see right there. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. And I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bye.